Hello, good morning, and welcome to Deccan Herald. We're coming to you live at 10 a.m. with the early trends and analysis. If you had seen our earlier video at 9 a.m., I was in conversation with my colleague Sumit Pandey, where we talked about the macro picture. You can get that video on our YouTube channel, deccanherald.com. Now we'll be discussing this with my colleague Ashish Pandey. If you look at if you were there at the 9 a.m. Video for us, you would have seen that the trends were a bit different. You could have seen that the BJP was ahead, but now if you look at the numbers, these are early trends. They actually suggest that the JDU is slightly ahead of the BJP. That's the scene in the NDA. If the Mahagathbandhan, you were to look at the RJD, which is the major party that contested the most number of seats, is hovering at about 60. Now, if you look at the Deccan Herald website, we have a live counter with all the results in it. The NDA is leading in the trends. Early say that 159 seats for them. The Mahagathbandhan 80. Others go by 4. To discuss this with me, Ashish, what do you make of the early trends?
So the early trends, like you clearly summarize that right now JDU is leading. I'm very keen to see that how these numbers going forward during the day, because in the last 2020 elections, what we saw was JDU saw quite a bit dent in their numbers because of one factor, that was Chirag Paswan, whose candidates actually worked as the vote cutter in at least 20-25 seats, and these were all JDU seats. Now that Chirag Paswan is in the NDA camp now, so that might be a reason why we are seeing these numbers for JDU. And I am surprised to see the RJD numbers at this moment. Because they contested on close to 150 seats, I believe, and their
143
sorry.
seats. 143 seats.
Yeah, 143 seats, and their strike rate is not as good as what they would have expected to be. And again, it seems that Congress is again doing no good to them, as it happened in 2020 elections.
Well, to be honest, if the early trends are something to say, they contested 61 seats. They're trending. They're leading in about 15. That gives a clear 25% strike rate,
100%.
which I think by Congress's performance in Bihar should be good.
I mean, if they find it good, let them be happy with that. But RJD would certainly expect them to do a bit better than what they are doing right now. In these, currently they are leading on 15 seats right now, which is also a -4 for them from the 2020 elections, which is not even not like, so we can say, even if it is 25% strike rate, compared to 2020 data, it is almost 25% less than what they did in what they are doing this time. So this is something, but there are certain candidates which we should be actually looking at. And one of them is like Anand Singh, because of what happened just a few days ago, prior to the voting. So let's see what happens. Currently, he's leading, and there is one candidate, Shreyasi Singh, and then Maithili Thakur, who are who have been pitched as the star candidates for the BJP from the BJP JDU camp, and if they do well, that will be a big message for the other parties as well.
If I could just interject over here, could you also tell our viewers why these candidates are important? What is the message? What makes their candidature important?
So, so Maithili Thakur comes from the art background. She has been a singer, a very popular singer in that part, and she comes from the Mithilanchal area, which is considered to be a BJP stronghold. That's why many thought that the party has given her a safe seat. But the BJP wanted her in the assembly. That's a big message. And at such a young age, if she wins in this election, I mean, there's so much for her in the future, and it's only time will tell what she'll do, what all she can achieve. And Shreyasi Singh again comes from a different background, and people coming to the politics from different backgrounds are always welcome, and so voters who are voting for them actually have very high hopes. So that makes them very interesting candidates to look for. But then at the same time, we have also people like Anand Singh. So if we have Maithili Thakur or Shreyasi Singh, we also have to keep an eye on people like Anand Singh. Despite whatever happened during the polls, we'll have to see what happens to their what happens to his in his constituency, and also what happens to Prashant Kishor. As of now, pollsters predicted that he is getting anything between 0 to 5 seats, but and currently the trends also show that. What
Okay.
will, if these numbers hold true, what will he do going forward? Will he quit politics, or he will be like doing what he has been doing in the last 4 or 5 years? That we'll have to see.
So Prashant Kishor, in multiple interviews to various media organizations, went ahead and said that either Jan Suraaj would become a factor, an important factor with a great number of seats, or it would be an inconsequential one. Going by the trends at the moment, it seems to be the latter that's actually happening. We'll have to wait. These are early trends. Sorry. I would like to remind our viewers that Deccan Herald will be coming live every 1 hour. The next we would be coming at 11 a.m. where we have Ashish Pandey and my colleague Satish Jha who will be talking about the key names in contest. Followed by that, we have a live bulletin at 12 p.m. At 1:30, we have an extensive panel where we will be discussing with various reporters that Deccan Herald had sent to Bihar. They reported from the ground. Followed by that, we have a bulletin at 3, 4, 5 p.m. And at 7, again, we have a wrap-up one, extensive debate. At that time, we would have more or less the results with us. Ashish, if I were to come to you, you talked about the Jan Swaraj. At the moment, they don't seem to be in the fray, but do you think they have acted, they would have cut into any of the major alliances' vote share?
It's too early to say that at this moment. I don't see that happening. And also, he was not able to. His candidates were not able to actually reach out to the voters properly, and so I don't see that his candidates will be acting like a vote cutter in these elections. It's too early to say that, but I don't see that happening as of now. I don't, and also from what feeling I got from the ground, people didn't even know about the candidates. They all know about Prashant Kishor. They have all heard him. He's a popular figure in Bihar. But at the ground level, the voters, they just didn't know about the candidates, and in some constituencies, I was surprised to see that they didn't even know his party symbol. So I don't know, but the vote cutter scenario, the person who actually acted as whose party actually cut into someone's vote was in 2020 when Chirag Paswan's party cut into JDU's share. Prashant Kishor
This time,
that kind of impact.
LJP, Chirag Paswan's party is in alliance with the NDA, so it's a part of the alliance. And as per trend now, it's leading in about 12 seats, where the JDU is at 75 and the BJP is at 72. Yes. How do you see from your your experience on the ground? How do you see the BJP JDU equation playing out?
JDU getting stronger. And
JDU has always been the stronger party when it comes to the assembly elections.
Yes.
In the Lok Sabha is when the trend would actually change because it was more a national outlook. But here you actually see the contesting equal number of seats. There was a bit of uncertainty about who the chief ministerial candidate would be. Did you see any of this reflecting while you were on the field?
So voters were very clear. Even if it was a BJP candidate, they were voting for Nitish as the CM. They were very clear in their mind that we are voting for Nitish as CM. We want Nitish as CM. And it was only 2020 elections when actually JDU was, in terms of numbers, we can say, it was second to BJP in the alliance. Prior to, in all the previous elections, JDU has been somewhat either number one, or it has been on some level playing field that has been like at par with BJP in the alliance. And by virtue of having the CM from their party, they have always been the number one in the alliance. But the last 5 years, we have seen that BJP has actually invested a lot in some other leaders, and they have made them the their places. So we saw Samrat Chaudhary, we saw Vijay Kumar Sinha, and they also changed the party chief in between. So there was some level of there was this thought in the BJP on ground among the party leadership as well, why they were not committing to anything like CM candidate, announcing CM candidate as Nitish Kumar as CM candidate, because they said we don't want to say anything. All this was off record. We don't want to say anything at this moment, which will be very difficult for us to actually follow in letter in spirit. So if they say, if we announce Nitish Kumar as the CM candidate and Nitish Kumar's party again ends up at something like 40, 35 seats, then it will be very hard for us to make our cadre understand our point that why are we going ahead with Nitish Kumar as the CM. So they were, that's why they were non-committal about the official announcement of Nitish Kumar as the CM. But if these numbers hold true at the end of the day, I don't see that there will be any change in the CM at this moment.
Okay. Before we talk about the Mahagathbandhan, I've just got a couple of figures. My colleague Sheminja has shared this with me. NDA, the Mahagathbandhan's numbers are a bit lower than what they expected. It's currently, they are actually trailing in about 40 seats than what they were in 2020. Interestingly, there were quite a few seats, a couple of seats in which there was a friendly fight in the Mahagathbandhan. One of this is Beldor, where the Congress and the IIP are fighting. And if you look at the numbers, the votes that have come in, Congress has got about 3,800 votes, the JDU 3,512, and the IIP 89. Similarly, in Bachwa, there's a friendly fight where the Congress, CPI, and the BJP are in contention. You look at the numbers, Congress is in the lead now with 4,000 odd, 4,100 seats. The CPI has got about 900, votes, not seats, votes. And the BJP is about 3,500. Do you think the Mahagathbandhan was not as united? They didn't put as united a face as the NDA, and that is actually showing, at least in the early trends?
Yes, you are right. So one particular seat that I visited of that fits into this category is Nagatyaganj seat. So where BJP fielded their ex-district president Sanjay Kumar Pandey, and then there is RJD candidate as well, who is an industrialist, Deepak Yadav. He owns a sugar factory in the area, and then there was candidate from Congress as well, whose name is Shashwat Kedar. He happens to be from the family of former CM Kedar Pandey. Uh, so what the chatter on the ground was, it's a friendly fight because Congress has fielded a Brahmin candidate against a Brahmin candidate of BJP. So they are thinking that he will cut into Brahmin votes and the RJD will win. But at this moment, it is not looking like that. So that friendly fight was actually pitched like as if it is helping the Mahagathbandhan. But right now, from Nagatyagan seat, BJP's candidate Sanjay Pandey is leading.
Yeah. Okay, before I wind up, I'll just give the numbers of the 2020 election assembly results. The Congress had won 19 seats, the RJD 75, the JDU 43. That's where, Ashish, you had said the LJP actually cut its vote quite a bit, and the BJP had 74.
Yes.
If you look at this, any party winning more than this is actually a win for them. I would like to actually remind our viewers that you could get all the latest updates and the vote share, seat share from our website, www.deccanherald.com. And you can visit our YouTube channel, Deccan Herald, to get all the videos that we do throughout the day. Again, I would like to remind, every hour, we're doing a live bulletin, giving you the latest developments and information on the results that are trickling in. Till then, thank you. Keep watching Deccan Herald. Deccan Herald's YouTube channel, and be on our website, deccanherald.com. Thank you.